Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dive Addiction. On today's episode of the Book of Elijah, the dive log, this is Elijah's third open water dive since he was certified. And hang with us and see how this dive goes. It was a lot of fun. Alright, so we just started our dive and we're getting ready to go swim around and see what we see. This kid right here can find trim, let me tell you. He's finding trim better than most adults with more dives than he has. Yes, he will come out of trim here and there, but that's fine. We're going to work with him on frog kicking at some point, especially since he's able to keep such a good trim. It'll be a lot easier for him to frog kick if he can keep his proper trim and keep his knees up high. He loves seeing all the different things underwater, especially the fish. And spoiler alert, I know I'm going to get comments about people telling me I'm irresponsible for letting him do what I let him do later on in this video, but I see his confidence level, I see his comfort level, and he was in good hands. There were trained dive professionals around us the entire time I let him do it. But that being said, this kid is a rock star. He wanted to go through the tires, so I let him go through the tires. His skill level is way above what you would think it would be for a 10-year-old and a new diver to be able to go through that and not touch anything at all going through it. He's very aware of his spatial surrounding, and that's amazing. And here's what I was talking about. I can already tell by the look in his face that he wants to go through it. Once he sees Buddy and Jared go through this, he's kind of like looking in the window, and I can tell, I can already tell he wants to go through it. And he's already looking in the window, and nobody's even in there yet. And I can tell. And I wasn't going to not deny him this. You can hear me yell at him and go ahead and point. So he's going to follow Buddy in. Buddy is a instructor in training. I kind of messed up right here when I turned that light on because it really picked up all of the sediment that was stirred up in here. I should have just left that light off or moved it farther up away from the camera. But he is going through this thing, no problem. He touches absolutely nothing going through here. He is using his hands a little bit, but that's fine. Well, like I said, we'll work on that. This is only his third dive. He's already way ahead of the curve. another diver that we ran into. If you see me at Gilboa and I wave at you and the camera's pointed at you and you wave back, there's a 90% chance you're going to end up on the channel. Try and get his attention right here. I grab his fin and I point to the other bus because that's where everybody's going. He's always wanted to feed these fish. We're probably going to do it the next time that I take him up there, because these fish go absolutely crazy. But this was like a little test run of how he was going to be able to handle all the fish being right around him. Buddy taps his flashlight on it, and when they hear that clinking noise, they all come in. And Elijah wants to get right in it. Look at that. He is completely surrounded by fish. That's amazing. There for a second, it looked like he was going to drop his knees, but it's like he hears me in the back of his voice when I talk about people putting their knees on stuff to be able to do a skill. And I don't even think his knees touched. He stopped himself, he came back up a couple inches, and he went into a hover. There's one of my bass friends. Might even be the one from my intro that I'm waving at. Alright, now he's been pointing down like he wanted to go through it. And again, Buddy's in here with him. And I have absolutely no problem with him going in there. Buddy was sitting there waiting. I stayed on the outside just to get a cool video. Thought it'd be better than just seeing his fins. Give him a little dap. Now Buddy's telling him to go out through the engine compartment, and he does it flawlessly right here. He touches going in, never touches again. That is perfection right there. Boom. Here comes Buddy coming out. Yeah. Now we're going over to the motorcycle. The reason I shook my head at him is because he looked at me and gave me the signal for being cold, because it does get cold right over there at that school bus, because it is right on the edge. If you go over that edge, it's a 130-foot drop to the bottom. So all that cold water kind of comes up that wall a little bit. Now he's getting ready to ride the motorcycle. One of the other kids did it in his class, and he had already passed it by then, so he wanted to do a few little tricks on the bike. This is what it's about. You don't need to go deep, you don't need to do anything crazy. You can get in the water, stay shallow, have a ton of fun. There's so much stuff to do, so much stuff to see. There's no rush. You can enjoy your diving at your own pace and have fun. And I found Miss Piggy's baby. Old Travis's Miss Piggy. And I gotta take her baby back. The baby looks a little bit hungry. And all the stuff growing off the bottom of the pig kind of looks like nipples, so figure I'll take this little baby pig over here and I will put it under it and make it look like the little piggy's eating. sticking him under here. I've got a camera, a big camera in one hand, and I've got the little baby pig in the other, trying to set him up. And here goes a little bit of back finning. I'm gonna take a couple pictures of it. Unfortunately, my SD card in my camera that I was taking pictures with got corrupted because my GoPro ends up dying here in a minute. And unfortunately, you guys missed the huge koi fish. These koi fish are literally the size of my kid. He moves the other little pig back so he can ride the pig. It's amazing how spatially aware he is underwater, because that is honestly one of the hardest things to do as a diver, is to realize how big you are in correlation with everything underwater, because everything underwater looks 30% bigger. After you dive a lot, it comes a lot easier, but it's not easy to start with. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Here's this little turtle running away. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll catch you in the water.